Hi everyone, I'm Rick Beato. On today's Everything Music, it's What Makes This Song Great, episode 16. The band is the Foo Fighters and the song is Everlong. Let's get started. Now before we get started, I want to address something because I know it'll come up in the comments, which is, why did I pick this song? There's so many other great Foo Fighters songs. Well, one of the reasons is it was one of their first really great songs. Now on this record, which is their second record, The Color and Shape, came out in 1997. The first single was Monkey Wrench. This was actually the second single. And they had some great songs on the first record that was pretty much all Dave Grohl. But this is when the band really blew up. That's not to say that I'm not going to do other songs by some of the artists I've already done videos on. Tool and Rage Against the Machine and Nirvana, Pearl Jam. I will do other songs by artists, but I want to present one song to begin with. So let's talk about this song. One thing I want to mention here is that Gil Norton was the producer of the record. Gil Norton is one of my favorite producers from that era. He produced the Pixies, Echo and the Bunnymen, and he produced a record right before this, Recovering the Satellites with Counting Crows, which is a record that I really love and is incredibly great sounding. He is really good at getting guitar sounds. He's he's a British producer. He knows guitar sounds. So this tune begins with a guitar hook that everybody knows. Let's check it out. Okay, the opening riff starts off like this with the D major 7th chord. Then B sus2, G sus2, back to B sus2. Check it out. Next, they enter with diamonds or held chords over that same riff. Check it out. So this next section comes in with a little overdub riff. This is a... So you hear this part that's going... with a D major 7. Then it goes down to G major 7 with a sus2, back to this. It's got the 9 and 11, so it's a B sus2 sus4 really. Now it's really hard to play that unless you were to finger it like this, so that's why I know that it's probably an overdub. So that's that whole riff part that's still part of the intro. Next, let's talk about the drums in the intro. So the drums begin with this 16th note hi-hat figure like this. It's really super even. And then when the drums enter here with a kick, you can hear that there's a sample on the kick or some type of resonator or something. It's got tremendous low end. Listen to it. And then once we're into this section of the intro, when the real kick comes in, you see all the low end goes away from it. So then that's what the kick sounds like. So it starts out with a quarter note kick. So you've got kicks and snares hitting together. And then it has that double kick there. And then we're into the verse right here. And the groove opens up. The snare sounds killer on this. As a matter of fact, here's a sample for you. While we're at it, here's the kick sample. Now the bass part starts with the drop D, so the song is in drop D for the guitar and the bass. And the bass starts with a low D playing octave. Then goes to roots. Pretty straight ahead bass part, really for most of the song, mostly roots, almost no fills or anything. When the verse starts, the guitar part goes straight back to the intro part where it's just... check out the vocals. When the vocals enter, they're double tracked. They're pretty much double tracked through most of the song. As a matter of fact, they're double tracked through most of this record. One of the reasons is this. Check it out.
Hello, I've waited here for you Everlong.
It's a really intimate song. It was written after his divorce from his first wife. The doubling really helps the vocals cut through the mix, especially when they're sung really breathy like this. Let's talk about the melody here. The melody on the D major 7 chord begins on the note B, which is the 6th. Da, da, but it quickly resolves down to A, the 5th. Da, 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 da. Then it goes to B sus2, and it's singing the root. Da, 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 root, 5th, 5th, 4th, 5th. Da. So you've got the 5th and the G chord. Da, da, da. Then you got the 2nd back to the root of this B sus2 chord. The second phrase is slightly different. Starts out the same. The 6, 5, then to the 3rd, 2nd root. Flat 7, da da da. Then it does a little blues. Down to the E, which is the 4th of this. Da, the sus4 of this. Da da da. And it ends the same way as the first phrase. Now, after the first verse, there's a little interlude where it goes back to that riff part of the intro. Check it out. But hidden in the mix is this. Listen. You can hear that there's a female vocal in there. Louise Post from Veruca Salt is credited as one of the background singers on it. So I assume that that's her singing it, because it's throughout the track. In the choruses, the harmonies have her mixed in. It sounds like with Dave singing the harmony parts and these little extra vocal phrases that reinforce the riff. Then we move back to the second verse, okay? This is exactly the same as the first verse, has a different lyric, but the ending of the verse leads into the pre-chorus. Right here. So this riff that happens here goes like this. Begins with octaves, starting on C sharp with a low D string open, so it goes like this. Third time. Then it goes to the B power chord there when the chorus starts. Now you'll notice that I'm playing through a Mesa Boogie dual rectifier with a Mesa cabinet with vintage 30s. And I believe Dave Grohl at the time was playing through Mesas and specifically dual rectifiers. In these videos, I've been trying to play through the gear, if I have it, that they're using actually in the tracks. Here are the vocals in the pre-chorus.
And I wonder when I sing along with you.
You notice the delay on the vocal and the real intensity. His voice is really breaking up and making it have a lot more energy. So we've gone from the whisper vocals of the verse and then into this more intense vocal that matches what's going on with this octave part in the guitars. Okay, the drums in the pre-chorus are what I call next level Dave Grohl. In Nirvana, he played with intensity, but he didn't play this kind of really manic drum parts like this that were real high energy, had incredible precision, quite in this way. Check out the fills in this pre-chorus. Let's check it out by itself. Notice the crashes. The third phrase is really cool. Into the chorus is great. Okay, let's talk about the chorus. When it hits the chorus, the guitar chords go to straight power chords without those sus2s, most of them. On the D chord, he actually goes to D major, so it's second time's a little different. He does like a little D sus. You'll hear it. Let me play it for you. You can just hear it faintly in there that he's playing that D. But pretty much all power chords there to kind of differentiate itself from the verse, where you have those sus2 chords there. Let's talk about the vocals in the chorus. So you have the main melody and you have a harmony part. Listen to it.
If everything could ever be this real forever, if anything could ever be this good again, the only thing I'll ever ask of you, you gotta promise not to stop when I say when she sang.
So the choruses just go to a basic third part, but you can hear this. You have those lo-fi vocals right here. Listen. You can hear that there's a female and male voice in the harmony parts, and they have been really lo-fied. That harmony is just so implied, it's so obvious. And then the post-chorus riff, when it goes back to that da 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 da, you hear the same part in there that reinforces the guitar hook. Okay, let's take a look at the drum fills in the chorus, because this is another thing that makes the song amazing, is these incredible drum fills. Listen. So this first fill he does here, one thing you'll notice is that he pedals the kick drum on eighth notes through the fill, which is a real Dave Grohl thing to do. It makes it have a lot more energy than if you were to leave it out. Listen to it again. And then you'll notice he has these ghost notes. Do do da, oh do da. Listen right here. Then the end of the chorus, he goes to this tom ride right here. Let's fast forward through the second chorus. We get all the way up through the tom fill where he's riding the tom. Right here. And then we're into the breakdown. Okay, in the break, he's playing the same part as the intro, but there's this lo-fi vocal thing going on. Check it out. Here's what's going on that you really can't hear when you're listening to it. Let me play it for you. You'll notice this feedback part that comes in halfway through. You hear it. Then, so he starts doing this roll in the drums here. There's a build up, right? Right here with the hi-hats. Then, you notice that he drops the kick out right at the end of that last snare fill. Otherwise, he's pumping the kick the whole time. Check it out. Listen. He leaves it out right at the very end. You'll hear it drop out. Listen. That leaves a space, which makes the anticipation even greater. It's a really... That's something that pros do. Dave Grohl is the ultimate pro drummer. He's the John Bonham of that generation. And then we ride out the out chorus through the end, and it goes to the tom fill here. 2 times. That's all for now. Please subscribe here to my Everything Music YouTube channel. If you're interested in the Beato book, go to my website at www.rickbeato.com. Also, remember to check out the rest of my What Makes This Song Great series right here on my channel. Thanks for watching.